Now, I have been waiting, ever since the first film, for a villain in this franchise to truly be one of the Na'vi, and in this film, we got. After a much shorter wait between movies, the final chapter of James Cameron's Avatar trilogy is finally here. Let's sit down and review everything that is Avatar: Fire and Ash. Fire and Ash is the grandest, most epic in scale, and violent film we've gotten from the Avatar franchise. The film handles the different characters' journeys better than Way of Water, with giving great moments for Jake, Loak, Quaritch, Kiri, Spider, but especially Neytiri. One of the most surprising scenes, in a good way, was the confrontation between Jake and Neytiri, where Jake is faced with his unfair treatment of Loak, but Neytiri is faced with her unwielding hatred for humanity. This scene in the later one where Jake and Neytiri can't bring themselves to kill Spider are, I think, the best performances yet from Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana as the respective characters, and with Neytiri in particular, it was great to see her have a change of heart. Speaking of changes, though, I was very nervous at different points in the film thinking that Quaritch was going to turn into a good guy, but thankfully that didn't happen. Though I liked seeing Jake try to find the good in his old commander, I don't think it would have made sense to have the Colonel make that turn. Either way, I think that Stephen Lang also brings his A-game as Quaritch in this film, in particular with his back and forth with Jake and Varong. I will admit, though, that I was thinking that Jake was going to be killed in this movie, and the narration from Loak, especially at the beginning of the film, only further convinced me of this, but our main hero not only survives, but gets to resolve the conflicts with his son. But we can't talk about this film without mentioning the new Ash clan and their leader, Varong, played by Oona Chaplin. Now, I have been waiting, ever since the first film, for a villain in this franchise to truly be one of the Na'vi, and in this film, we got exactly that. The film does a good job at showing how this clan is different from the others we've seen, and what an apostate for these people would look like. All of the Ash clan's methods and trappings help them actually be threatening opponents for our characters. The only thing I didn't like with Varong, though, is that she probably should have been killed. Now, I understand having Kiri use her own trick against her and reveal Awa to her again, but having her last scene just being her running away scared wasn't satisfying. This is connected to the final battle where Jake leads the Na'vi clans against Quaritch, the RDA, and the Ash clan. I'm still conflicted about it, as too much of it felt like parts of the final battles of the first two films just thrown together. I say this because it is great how most of this film does not try to repeat what came before. The opening scene with the brothers in the spirit world, every scene with the Wind Traders and the Ash clan attack, Jake, his kids, and Quaritch being held hostage, Quaritch visiting the Ash clan's village, Jake striking a bargain with Quaritch to turn himself in, the entire Bridgehead City sequence, more lore with the Tulkun, and the character moments I mentioned above. There is a lot of really good stuff in this film, and that's why at least part of the third act battle just feels lazy. But even so, the entire sequence, which is in an eclipse as well, is still visually awesome, with all the creatures, the vehicles, the fire, Awa even joining the fight herself. It's still a very impressive sequence, and it is able to wrap up the main storyline of Spider being thrown back and forth between Jake, or the Na'vi, and Quaritch, or humanity. The ending of James Cameron's Avatar trilogy brings together many of the themes of the franchise and gives us the best moments and performances for its characters hands down. The story of Jake Sully and his family wraps up in a mostly satisfying and even shocking way, with the door still left open for more. Besides issues with the third act battle and the ending of some of its villains, Fire and Ash takes its place next to the first film with an 8.5 out of 10. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Movies with Michael. I hope you enjoyed this movie review, and you can show it by leaving a like on this video and commenting down below what you thought about this movie. Did you love it, did you hate it, or was it right there in between? You can tell me all that down below in the comment section. And remember, as always, to subscribe to this channel and click the notification icon to be notified about my latest videos. That's all for now, and we'll see you all next time.